Welcome to C programming. This course is for beginners who want to learn how to program in C, start from scratch instead of ask AI to generate the code. So here, after we finish the whole course, you are able to write the code line by line yourself. You know how to debug the code, how to troubleshooting when you have a logical error. Now let's get started. So the software I'm using here is called Visual Studio, and it's a community version. This is a free version for Visual Studio. It also have professional versions. So after we open up the software here, under file we can create a new project, and we just follow the steps. We can select the C++ or Python, whatever we have. Since I already created the project here, I'm going to just open up the project here. After we open up the C project, we can see the file structure here. So I name it first program. It has a header file and a source file. Under the source file, we can have the C file or C++ file. Header files, the extension is a .h. So here I add another C file by right click, add new item. So we can select cpp.h or C++ class file. Since we are doing the C programming, it's kind of different from C++. C++ is object-oriented. So the extension here we use C instead of CPP. So when you create the C file, make sure you have extension as C. And so after we add the file, we can just double click and open so we can edit it. So here we're going to create our first program, hello world. So hash include So this is our first program. So double slash will be the comment. This is a single line comment. The compiler won't run the comment. It just helps us to make our program more readable. So if you write a huge program, it's better to put a comment for each function, even for each line, or the important line. So later on, when we go back to the program, we can check what's the program do, what's the function do. So, and if we want to do multiple line comments, we do /start. So this is a multiple line comment. Say this is multiple line comment. Now the first line hash include this line will include the standard library for C program. So stdio is a set library for C program. Later on, we can just use a function that defined in this header file. It also has a source file, which is has defined for that function. And the main function, this is the entrance. For C programming. So the compiler will run the code start from the main function here. The structure is, so we have the type name for the return value. Then we have the function name. After that, it will be parentheses, and these will be parameters inside, if we have any, and separated by comma. This is how we define the function here. And after that, that will be the open curly bracket, then close curly bracket. This is how we define function, and inside that will be blocks. So the whole thing here, printf and return 0 is called block. This is the block of main function. And each line is called statement. And with semicolon. So for C programming, all the lines end with semicolon here. And printf is standard function. That defines the stdio. So we can just call this function, it will print out a line on the console, and slash is a new line. Backslash n is start new line. Now let's debug the code, so we can just compile it and run it. And let's just click this green button here. It will print a line on the console and start a new line. So this is how it works, and then start a new line here. Okay, so this is our first program. Now let's create another one. Since all the C program only have one main function, so if we need to create something else, we need to change this one to other name. Let's say the func1, and let's create another main function here. So for this one, we want to, let's put a comment here. We want to add 2 integers and put the sum, print out the sum. We want to add 2 integers and print out the sum. How could we do this? So in order to store the 2 integers, we need the 2 variables to store integers and 1 variable for the sum. So we need to define 3 variables here. So we need to define it as integer type. Let's say it's in number 1. And let's define another integer into number 2. And we define the sum. So this is how we define variables in C. So the variable type and the variable name. And after that, we can just get the input from a user and then assign the value to integer 1, integer 2. So let's create a prompt, ask user to enter 2 integers. Let's say we can ask the user to enter the first integer. And such a new line. And we use scanf as. Basically, we can use scanf or scanf and score s. But here, since they changed the standard, so underscore s is the secure version for scanf. Here we're going to use scanf underscore s here to read the input from user. Then we do %d, and we use and sign to get the address for integer number 1. And after that, we can read the second input. Let's printf, ask the user to enter the second integer. After that, we can assign the integer to integer 2. So that would be %d. So here %d means we need read the integer. If we need to read something else, we can use %c for character or %f for float number. And the and sign is the address operator. So this will get an address for this integer and then assign the variable value to the integer 2. Now we read two integers, we just need to do the math. So sum will equal to integer number 1 plus integer number 2. Then it will do the calculation for us and then assign the value to sum. After that, we can print out the sum. Let's say the sum of let's say %d and %d is %d. So these three variables here is the integer 1, integer 2, and the sum. So we gotta do them in order. So that will be integer number 1, and the integer number 2, and the last one will be the sum. So basically this is the format, the result for us. Do such in. And it will replace, when you do the printout, it will replace the %d with the value of integer 1, integer 2, and the sum. And after that, we finish it and return 0 here. Now let's run it. So enter the first integer, let's say 12. We hit enter, then enter the second number, let's say 25. We hit enter. So the sum of 12 and 25 is 37. That's the program do here. So we define the main function, we read the input from the user, we get two integers, we define the sum, and after that we do the math for the sum. So for C, we have plus, minus, and multiply, divide, and also multiplication, which is star. We also have the mode. This to get a remainder. The different math operations, and the order is kind of the same when we do the math. If we need to put bracket, we put bracket. If we want to do it first. So this is a kind of introduction for the C